before we start with the small group leader training, we just want to speak about why small groups. When I speak to people many times, then I tell them that we are not a church that have small groups. We are a small group church. So for you to truly grow and to truly belong, then you need to be in a small group. The first thing that small group does, it gives you a place of belonging. A place where you can feel that this is my little family. Because sometimes we disappear in big church, but in small group, there you can belong. There you can be with the people that are in your small group and really know that they are your friends. The second thing is, we need it for growth, accountability, and for friendship. When we are in a small group, then the people that are around us, they get to know us, and then they can help us to really grow, and to really help us to be accountable in the things that God is doing in our lives. Because sometimes we can do things and we can speak to one another, but we don't really share our hearts, and that's what we do in small group, and people can help us to do that. The third thing is for fellowship, with Jesus. That is the big thing that we do in small group. We fellowship together with Christ, and He comes and He helps us in those things that are just pressing on our hearts, and also on His heart. Then just in friendship, in partnership as a small group, we go and we can accomplish things together and see the kingdom of Christ come just together as a group, and that's what makes small groups so much fun. And there's people that are just working with you together towards a goal. And then the fourth thing is for support. We really have just support networks in our small groups, especially when we have like babies that come. Many of us are in that phase of our lives, and then we experience so much change, and the people that are around us can just help and come together and bring you food and just support in whatever you need when that comes around, and also in sickness or maybe even in death. We need people that really care for us and that can really look after us when we are going through traumatic or just situations in life. The fifth thing is that for individual ministry, we as a small group, we can minister to one another. So you can exercise just in personal ministry, but praying for one another. Many of us are afraid to do that in a big group, but in a small group it's not as intimidating, and we do it there. But also for you to receive personal ministry. When you need to be ministered to, then there are people around you that can really minister to you, that care for you, and that knows your heart. And then putting into action what the Holy Spirit shows us on a Sunday is also one thing that we can do in small group. When we are there, the things that the Holy Spirit has illuminated to you through church, as a big group, then in the small group you can really put that into action and say, listen, this is the thing that I feel that the Lord is telling me, or to you as a small group. Then as a church we move together in small groups to accomplish what God has set out for us as a church to do.